Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, I want to share with you my current anti-aging evening skincare routine. I've just got back from the gym and, well, let me know in the comments if you're like me, but the second you get in and you don't need to leave the house again, it feels like the right time to do your evening skincare routine. I always look forward to this point in the day, and I thought, why not take you with me on this journey? I'll be sharing with you some of my current favourites and how I layer them together in an effective way to get maximum benefits and minimum risk of irritation. Sit back, relax, let's talk my evening skincare routine. Now, I would love to know what your personal thoughts are on any of the products mentioned in today's video. Do you have your own holy grails that you'd like to share? Your recommendations really do shape the products I try out and review here on the channel in the future, so drop them in the comments section below because I would love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to let me know, do you enjoy this style of content where we're a bit more chatty, more free-flowing, full skincare routines? If you do, if that's your thing, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and a like, because this will indicate the type of content that you guys enjoy, and I'll try and make sure I maximise that in the future filming schedule. So, with all that out of the way, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. You can tell that I'm excited to do my evening skincare routine, because I think that's one of the shortest intros I've ever done. So, I want to start actually by just sharing a little body care. We don't really talk about body care much on the channel, and I kind of want to correct that as we go forward. So, a couple of products that I used in the shower. So, I always take to the gym with me the Q&A salicylic acid body wash. This is actually one of the cheapest salicylic acid washes you will find on the market. I think I paid £7 for it, and you get 250ml of product. It's amazing. It's also really gentle, so you could use it on the face too if you wanted. Whilst I didn't, this is definitely something that's always in my gym bag, because I feel it's a great way of preventing those breakouts on the chest and on the back that I'm certainly prone to, even into my late 30s, and I know a lot of people out there are. Also just helps to smooth the body. You could go for a glycolic acid option, the one by Naturium's really good, but this is just so cheap and effective. It's like my go-to gym body wash that's always with me. Secondly, let me share these with you. These are the VT Spot Patch. Now, I'm not a huge fan of acne pimple patches. Cover my reasons why in a shorts video, which I'll link up there, so check that out. However, I always have these on hand for insect bites. If you get a little mosquito bite, an insect bite, anywhere on the body, slap one of these on, and honestly, overnight, the itch is gone and it's half the size when you wake up. I also find that it prevents them hyperpigmenting. You know, when that little mosquito bite fades, it leaves the dark mark on the leg or whatever. This actually stops that. I've tried lots of these pimple patches and they all kind of work in the same way, but these are my favourite because they have centella in here, which I think gives an extra push in terms of healing that bite. So calming, soothing. Don't bother with them on the face personally, but on the body, these are absolutely amazing. I'll link these ones in the description box below, like I will all the products if you want to try them out. But those like my two body care recommendations. We'll try and do more body care, and again, let me know in the comments if you want to see a full video for that. So, off camera, I did my cleanse. I always do this off camera, which some of you think is cheating, but honestly, filming equipment with water, with cleanser, me being I'm not the most dexterous person in the world, it would be all over the place. So I did do it off camera, and I actually did a double cleanse today. So I started off with this. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Mighty Melt Cleansing Balm. Let me just tell you, cleansing balms, this is the only one actually worth buying. When you think about the quality of the formulation and the fact I paid like £12 for this, you get so much product. One of these will last me 3 months, maybe even a little longer. So cheap, such a good formulation. If you're using a bougie expensive one, unless you really enjoy it, swap to this. I just think it's better. And the best thing is, it is so warm here in the UK. Hottest day of the year so far. Look at that. It's not melted, it's not turned into a goo, it holds its form, which honestly is quite rare in cleansing balms and something I really appreciate. Get this. It's so cheap, it works so well, and it emulsifies and just rinses off without a trace. To do an effective double cleanse, obviously you have to go in with a second cleanse. For this, I actually use my own brand. This is the Mad About Skin Gentle Jelly Cleanser. You can actually just use this as like a double cleanse in one, as it's as effective as a double cleanse in its own right. But I felt today I wanted to pamper myself. I'd been sweating a lot during the day. I wore multiple layers of SPF. I kind of felt I needed that double cleanse. And I use this in the place of a traditional gel wash because it's more hydrating, less stripping. And you know, in those warmer days, I do find my skin is a little drier, and this just means that it's locking in hydration rather than stripping it. So you can use this as in place of a gel cleanser, or if you want to keep it simple, just use it on its own as a double cleanse in one. It's as effective, but today I felt I just needed 2 steps. There is a discount code for this, 15% off in the description box if you want to check it out. Before we get on to actually slapping some product on this skin, let me just say, if you can't get the Geek and Gorgeous one in like the States and Canada, where sometimes the shipping can be a bit expensive, this is the Juno Skin Clean 10 Cleansing Balm. This is like the closest dupe for it that's available in the North American market. Also, I'll link it. It is really good. Personally, I prefer the Geek and Gorgeous one because it's fragrance free. This has a small amount of fragrance in, but personal choice, that is just as good and a similar price point for you. So, we've got all that done off camera. I feel like we can get to the good stuff now. So I'll take off my glasses. And first off, I'm going to put on an eye cream. Do you need an eye cream? No, technically not, but I like to because I find my under eye and my eyelids very sensitive. And so if I put any of my actives anywhere near that area, it's like redness central. So I feel like an eye cream is a bit like a barrier, which I like. And if it's got some benefits, great. I'm going in with this. This is the Face Facts Ceramide Eye Cream. It's got oats, it's got ceramide, calming, soothing. It's £1. This is £1. I bought this in Savers, which is like a discount store here in the UK, but you can order it online. It's £1. I can't keep saying that enough. £1. And it's better than the CeraVe eye cream and has very similar ingredients. The CeraVe one is £15 here in the UK. This is £1. So I would say make the switch. It's probably a little bit better than the CeraVe one because A, it's cruelty free, which is a huge tick in the box, but it's also got some oat in here to calm and soothe. It feels so good on the skin, provides that little barrier, and I just find, yeah, just a treat for the eyes. You can use this morning and evening. This doesn't have to be an evening thing. It's and it's vegan. So another great tick in the box if you're living a plant-based lifestyle. That's a great vegan eye cream that, once again, let's just say it again, is £1. Yeah, I'm cheap. I appreciate cheap skincare, especially when it's effective. So while that's doing its thing, I'm actually going to go in with these. These are the Numbuzin Vitamin Concentrated Pads. So these are a bit like a cheat to a skincare routine in one. Because it's so hot here in the UK, I don't want to put too many products on my skin because then you go to bed feeling, I don't know, like you're wearing a mask. So this is a great way of getting a lot of actives all in one. It's got multiple forms of different vitamin C in here, some brightening ingredients, some calming and soothing ones, a touch of niacinamide. Just a really, really nice product. They do come with tongs. I should use the tongs. I don't. I know you can read me to filth, but I lost them. But they do, and I would recommend, if you can, use the tongs to get them out. Now, they have two sides. This is the smooth side, this is the textured side. I tend to use the textured side because it's not really abrasive. It just gives a little manual exfoliation and feels so good. I wipe this on my skin, and yeah, it's great. You can keep these in the fridge if you want that ultimate cooling. I didn't, I forgot, but you can if you want. And it just feels so good. What I also like to do, once I've wiped it across the face, turn it over to the smooth side, and I just put it on the forehead where I've got a little hyperpigmentation, just for an extra minute, let it sink in. They actually recommend you can do this. I know it looks ridiculous, you can laugh at me in the comments if you want, but this actually is a really great way of getting a bit of a concentrated dose, that hyperpigmentation fighting ingredient, where you have particular discoloration. So I'll just leave that on for like 2 minutes. Lots of people will say, when I do these skincare routines, do I not take the product onto my neck? I always do off camera. I just find it's difficult to do on camera, but definitely take all your skincare onto your neck and further down. Take it to sort of this level, I would usually say. Anywhere you're exposed to the sun, definitely worth doing. But while this just sinks in, let me get my next product, which is, oh, this one. This is the Ordinary Aloe 2% plus NAG 2% solution. A personal favourite of mine. It calms, it soothes, and it will, again, fade hyperpigmentation, even things out. So I'm just going to peel that off. I would probably leave it on a little longer if I wasn't filming, to be honest. Brush your teeth with that on, and you're all good. So this, I love. It's got aloe, and that NAG helps to correct any hyperpigmentation. The reason I'm using this today is I was out and about today. I wore my sunscreen, as I always do, but the sun was pretty intense. And so I feel like my skin needs a bit of extra calming and soothing, a bit of extra TLC, and this definitely delivers it. I love it. I was a full skeptic. If you saw my initial review of it, I said, like, first impressions, nothing special. Like, you know, it's an aloe serum, what am I guessing? I used a whole bottle because I thought, let's give it a try, put it through its paces. Genuinely blown away. Like, it's helped with fading hyperpigmentation. It's a great calming and soothing serum. Disappears like that without a trace, and you can use it on any skin tone. So I would definitely, skin tone to skin type, it doesn't matter. It's one of those universal products that just works for everyone, and I'm so glad I discovered. I genuinely was impressed with that one. As that sinks in, I'm going to come on to copper peptides. I'm a huge advocate of copper peptides for boosting collagen. This is effective in two different ways. They kind of break apart in the skin to feed the skin the ingredients it needs to build that collagen, but it also, by breaking apart, tricks the skin into thinking its own collagen is broken apart, and so it needs to go into overdrive to produce more. Over time, copper peptides are really effective, and there's lots of different ones on the market. Today, I'm actually going to be using this. This is the Neod Copper Amino Isolate Lipid, which I love, but the price point... I get this when the Neod sale comes around in November. It's a great way of saving some money, and I can kind of almost justify this because I do really enjoy it. However, a more affordable alternative that I think works, just as good is this. This is the ordinary multi-peptide plus copper peptides 1% serum. They're not exactly the same. The technology in here is kind of next level, but so is the price. So both are linked. I would say on a budget, reach for the ordinary. If you're bougie, if you're feeling like you want to treat yourself when it comes to anti-aging and you don't mind paying a little bit more, then the Neod is great. But don't feel that you have to skip copper peptides because you can't afford this one. This one is also really good. So this one is in lipid form, so it goes towards the end of your skincare routine. I'm using a lipid-based retinal after this, so I can do this, no problem at all. Put this on the skin. It smells like clove. It's not got cloven, but it kind of has a smell of clove. It reminds me a bit of Christmas, which I love, because even though it's super warm here in September in the UK, I'm in full-on autumn and Christmas vibes. Let me know below, are you still living out your summer fantasy, or have we completely moved on to, the pumpkin spice lattes, the warm socks, and everything that winter brings? Let me know in the comments. But that glides on. It feels really great. You don't get any sensitivity from it, and it's a great way of boosting the copper peptide action in your routine. I'll just do a little swatch when I can find it. Where did I put it? Down there. I'll do a little swatch of this so you can see very similar coloration. As you can see, that goes on. Like I say, a fraction of the price, works really well, and it blends in. So I find that the Neod one slightly more hydrating. I find you get slightly quicker action in terms of anti-aging, and I do think the technology is worth the price. But if you can't afford it, that ordinary one is great. Now, to finish this routine, I'm actually going to do a bit of a mix and match of 3 different products. This is how I personally like to apply my retinal. Up to you. There's lots of differences in the retinoid market. Some people use prescription tretinoin, which is absolutely fine. Some people go for retinal, which is my preferred, less sensitizing. My skin tolerates it and it works better than retinol. Retinol is available really easily over the counter. Use the one that's right for you, and I sort of broke it apart and did an explanation of each type in a recent video, which I'll link up there, so check it out. I go for retinal, and this is how I use it. So I'm going to be using my own retinal. This is Mad About Skin Ultimate Anti-Aging Oil. This has retinal in here in a good concentration and oat kernel extract. So that oat kernel extract and the oils in here are going to calm, soothe, minimize irritation, but in the long term, game-changing anti-aging. You can use this just as an oil on the skin, like you would any facial oil to end your skincare routine. Or if you're like me, you've got slightly oilier skin type, you can mix it with your moisturizer. The reason I do this is it just absorbs that a little bit better. I have, like I say, also got a discount code for this one if you wanted to check it out in the description box. If you watch my morning skincare video, which I'll link up there, cat hair was a real issue. Today it's dog hair. There you go. The perils and the joys of having a pet. So I'm going to use some of the Mad About Skin moisturizer. You can use, this hack works with any moisturizer. Obviously I'm using my own, but you could use any of your favorite moisturizer. Then I put just a pump and a half, generally is enough for oily skin. You might want to use 2 pumps of the oil, and then I put a tiny drop of the ordinary pycnogenol in there, just for a little anti-aging, antioxidant action. I mix them together, and then I apply them to the skin. That means all your oils are being applied at the same time, it'll sink in better, you're not risking it sitting on the skin being greasy, and it just works for me. Like I say, you can apply them all separately. That might work better if you've got a drier skin type to layer them all separately, but for me, this just works. People will say, can you use copper peptides with retinoids? You can. Usually it's advised not to with tretinoin, but again, there's nothing that says you can't with retinal, which is another reason that I choose to use it. And there you have it, my evening skincare routine. My skin feels glowy, it feels juicy, I feel like I'm getting a bit of anti-aging, and I'll wake up and my skin will be super hydrated, It will be plump. I'll feel like I've had just a really good night's sleep, which is kind of what I want to get out of my evening skincare routine, and this is how we do it. I think the key things for me are make sure you've got a calming and soothing serum somewhere. That one by The Ordinary, the aloe, is a great option. Have a little copper peptide action in your skincare routine too. Great for boosting collagen. And maybe try making the switch to retinal. If you're using retinol, switch to retinal. I think you'll get better results, less sensitivity. And that hack for mixing your oil in with your moisturizer is a game changer if you've got oily or combination oily skin. Just gets it all done in one. As you can see, I'm working it into the backs of my hands. That's a must. The hands, they need some anti-aging love too, so definitely never forget that. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you want to see a little bit more body care here on the channel? Do you like this routine? Do you think there's anything missing out? Let me know. I think if it wasn't so hot and sweaty here in the UK, I would probably be using an azelaic acid somewhere in this routine. I would also probably incorporate my Skin 1004 brightening serum again in this routine, but I think stripping it back a little bit isn't always a bad idea when it comes to demonstrating for you guys. And also, don't forget to match your skincare routine to what the environment's throwing you, around you. What does your skin need? And then piece accordingly. And hopefully I've been able to share with you how I layer everything successfully in this skincare routine. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and wherever you are in the world, guys. Stay safe, stay well, love your skin. Take care.